Okay, and we are live. Hey guys, this is John. Welcome to another edition of Title Tuesday, the 10-round 3+2 blitz tournament that happens on the first Tuesday of every month on chess.com. I am stoked to be playing. There are 370 players, and it starts in 1 minute. I see Hikaru in there. I see Jan Nepomniachtchi, Dmitry Andreikin, lots of regulars, wonderful time, extremely high rated I am. Hello to everyone in the Twitch chat. I am streaming this live. You might be watching this in the future on YouTube. Everyone say hello to future YouTubers. Okay, playing comeback. My main goal for this Title Tuesday is just, as I mouse slip on move 2, avoid catastrophic time pressure. I should have said avoid mouse slips, but hey, we're playing with 2F6. We're rolling with 2F6. Primary goal, avoid time pressure. The forget about it pawn has been deployed. Let's see what happens here, guys. Okay, I could play bishop f5, although I'm a little worried about running into queen b3, but hey, maybe this pawn will actually be useful and prevent my opponent from playing knight e5. That was my one permitted mouse slip. Well, thank you, Axiom Fox. I hope you're right about that. So I have some pretty sketchy looking pawns here, but I can play f5 and maybe repair this situation. Okay. Oh, and let me fix those alerts. Parm99, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it, Parm. Thanks, everyone, for joining in on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, I feel like I have to play f5 here. Very good to set up pawns on light squares anyways against this formation from my opponent. I think this position's not half bad. My king's on f7, but he doesn't have a way to easily stick a knight here or here. Cash Your Dreams, thank you for subscribing, 15 months. So I think this is tenable. I think we can roll with this and see what happens. And Belgian Novice, thanks for the 1,000 bits, says, let's get the chess party started. Yes, indeed. I have my coffee. I have your guys' support, I'm sure. Thank you guys in advance for that. Let's see what happens here, shall we? He's kind of telegraphing the pass in this position, but I think that's a pretty good move. I'm just got to get developed here. Christopho Games, thank you for subscribing, 14 months. Get developed. Maybe queen e7 now? Queen e7 and maybe queen g8. I'm actually thinking of a weird but potentially good way to play this. Put the queen on h7 and go after this pawn on h3. Totally freestyling this by virtue of f6 exclam on move 2. Thank you, Frank Rutten. He says, best of luck today. Appreciate it. Nothing like that first sip of coffee. You guys know what I'm talking about. Queen h3. What happens if I just take here, sir? I guess he's going to take on f5, is his point. Okay, fair point. I could take on c4 first. That would be interesting, albeit probably not the best. Okay, I want to make a relatively quick decision here. Bishop b4 check, maybe? Plays bishop d2. Not sure I've really gained much from that. Although then I can play knight e4 maybe. So maybe knight e4 now is worth a shot. Okay, let's play the check. Again, trying to avoid the really, really bad time pressure. Let's play knight e4 check. And assuming he takes, maybe take with the f-pawn. Whoa, he doesn't take. I am surprised. Maybe I shouldn't be, though. So still the same issues persist, don't they? So take and then take. He's going to take on e6 at all times. Okay, but I feel like I kind of have to go for this. He's going to take here. Okay, let's play rook h6. It's messy, potentially bad, but we can maybe make something happen here. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to try to sacrifice the d-pawn and give a check with the rook on c8, because that may force his king to an awkward spot. He definitely could consider taking it and check and play king b3. But let's see what he does. Maybe my pieces will come to life here. King b3, knight d2. No, he just blocks, plays it safe, makes sense. Okay, let's go here. Yes, thank you, James, for the reminder. He says, time, all caps, clock is a weapon. I need that reminder. Okay. Here I feel like I should retain my knight. Let's put it here. I'm going to need to do what my opponent's username suggests. Hey, Sagnik Roy. e4, the immediate e4. Okay. Let's give a check. And on rook g3, I'm going to try to stay active here. Rook f3, king g8, I think. He has knight d5 there, threatening knight e7. Okay, he just doubles. Interesting. Check. He goes there. Okay. Well, let's take. Knight d2 is not going to cut it here. Knight f3, I feel like he gets out a little bit too easily. My knight is hanging, so I probably should move it. Thanks, Naked Yeti, for the subscription. So I just played a pretty passive move. However, he has to deal with this threat. And if he plays b3, I have check and I win his knight. So, all right, let's see what happens. Is he just going to push in the center with his pawns? He might. Okay, let's go here. I'm threatening this. This guy's playing some solid moves. He's not giving me much to work with. However, maybe we can get something going. Let's blockade. Try to get the knight to e6. Still complicated. It's actually even material here. Because remember, he lost that b2 pawn. Okay, let's go back. I think he might come in here with the rook. Not sure that last move was that good for me, but what can you do? Okay, let's play back again. Knight comes in. All right. Let's go here. Ooh, check. I think he just messed up. King e4, I can play rook check and then go take his knight next. And my knight is perfectly blockading at the moment. So let's step here. Okay. Man, this is tricky still. I'm going to play this in the easiest way possible, I think. This might be a draw, though. No, I can keep some pressure. I think. Pushes the pawn. Okay, let's give a check. See where he steps. Check again. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, now it's probably just a draw. That was tricky, though. Yeah, I probably messed up a way to win that, but his pawn was dangerous and I was running out of time, so what can you do? Playing a few more moves here, but drawn position for sure. No harm in playing a little bit, though. Maybe he'll mess up. New Manana, thank you for subscribing. Twitch Prime, 2-month streak. Okay, check. Okay, I'm just gonna force the draw here. I did not figure out a good tactical way to play that after I won the knight. It looks just crushing, but he's got the connected pawns, and then here he's threatening d8 queen is the big problem. And he's threatening rook takes e6. So the dual threats, I kind of felt like I had to give up my knight. I mean, maybe taking on e5 is bad. But he's attacking. Yeah, I guess I can play knight c5 in this position. I have some sort of a blockade, but it's tricky. I mean, given the position I had earlier, I don't feel too bad about this. Yeah, I think here the position's a draw. Because if I blockade with the knight, he gives check and then takes here next. I was trying to figure out some way I could keep this g-pawn, but not sure. Okay, so let's chalk up the draw. We'll follow along. I just put that score, as usual, kind of like in the clock as a weapon videos up there. You can also see it down here. This should update as the tournament goes along. But so who else do we have in this? I mentioned Hikaru, Nepomniachtchi, Andreikin, I Am Wonderful Time. Looking for other streamers of note. I think Andrew Tang is playing, Penguin GM1. I think I saw Aman playing. I'm sure there's more than a few streamers in the mix today. Thanks, DFW Chess Academy. Let's get a game up here just to see something. King and Knight against King and Rook. Yeah, that sound is my computer fan. My computer, I've been talking about this recently, has really been struggling lately. So sorry about that, guys. Time for an upgrade. Hey, Guy Gobert. Did I watch Norway Chess? I've been following it casually the past couple days. Interesting format they have going on with the tiebreak games in the case of a drawn classical game. Because I think today all of the games were drawn, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Wild Goose Chess. You know what? I'm actually going to turn on my actual fan, which will semi-drown out the sound of the computer fan. Also, it's super hot up here. I'm on the second level of my house, and it is getting warm. It hit like 90 degrees today. So we're just going to listen to two fans now. Okay, what other games do we have going here? There's this one, and... oh, this looks like an interesting... almost certainly lost position for black, but black's got a mate threat here, queen a1. I mean, these don't seem like the type of moves you'd want to play if you're white to try to win this. Some weird perpetual thing where... yeah, black's king has to be too open, though, somehow. Queen h1. What's going on? I mean, white doesn't have convenient checks to give, though. This would be amazing if black saved this position. It's a dead draw, you said, Naughty Yash? I don't know if you're talking about this game. The other game is a draw. Yeah, king and knight against king and rook. The only danger here is if the king and knight get separated, or you get forced to the edge of the board and your king and knight get separated. So for those of you who are just joining, I just played round 1 and I mouse slipped f6 on move 2 against FM comeback 1-2-3-2-5. It's Surprisingly, I actually got a reasonable position out of this. I did an interesting queen maneuver to h7 and was probably winning later, but just didn't find the way. But alright, not going to dwell on it. Oh, okay, now white's got to be winning. White eliminated the bishop. Shouldn't be any sort of stalemate tricks for black, because they got this g-pawn. Thanks to the 9, appreciate the support. Okay, and white manages to trade queens, or just win black's queen, or checkmate even. There you go. Alright, so round 2 should be starting any moment here. I think Simon Williams is in the mix somewhere. LB 1999, let's go. There's a lot of noise. They're like mowing the lawn outside. Alright, time to bounce back, guys. We took a semi-L last game, but now we bounce back. No mouse slips, no time pressure. Okay, let's just play the line I'm accustomed to. This is a super solid variation for black, semi-Tarrasch. It's hard to get an edge against it, but I think it's a relatively easy position for white to play. I'll play like I did one time against an IM in Norway. Queen f4. Defend this pawn. Yeah, now I think I'm going to play bishop f1 and maybe try for a5 later. We will see. Okay, let's play queen h4 here. I'm expecting him to play something like h6 or, yeah, rook fd8 also makes a great deal of sense. Let's play h3, just get rid of any back rank issues in the future. Hello, Pass Pawn 99. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well too. Watch out for the Windows Update auto restart too. Yes, that's always in play. It's always a potential thing that can go wrong. Okay, he's hitting my pawn on e4 a couple times. I could play a typical idea here. d5 takes and then e5. But he goes knight e4. I'm not sure how much I like that. You hate to play e5 here, although maybe I can transfer the knight to g5. That may not be bad. e5, knight d5, knight g5. He's holding that pawn, though. Okay. Let's think about this another second. Okay, I'm going to go for d5. This is the most dynamic option available. d5 takes e5, and knight e4, I might play knight d4, is my thinking. And try to transfer the knight to f5. It looks pretty interesting. Let's go here. Yeah, let's try this. So my queen is guarding f2. Helpful. He can maybe think about g5, although I would doubt he plays that for some reason. g5 to try to drive this away. I mean, I could take his queen, he takes mine, I play my knight back to d4, I'm down a pawn, but his structure looks very wonky. Is this a round robin? No. It is a big Swiss tournament with 397 players now. Okay, queen c5. Okay, could play rook d1, but I think knight f5 is more thematic. Is he going to play g5 then? Interesting. g5 at that point. Because then queen h6, queen f2. Okay, I see your point, sir. All right, so therefore, let's just reinforce for now. Maybe I could have made that line work somehow, but I wasn't sure, so let's just play a no-nonsense reinforcing move. Okay, and he hits the pawn on e5. F3 maybe? Well, let's do it. See where that knight hops to. So if knight c3, rook d2, knight takes here, maybe bishop b5? That's one thing I'm thinking of. He may not want to take this. It's a little bit loose at the moment. Then again, that line I'm not 100% sure how it's going to turn out. Okay, he goes there. So I could trade and play knight f5 and get my knight into d6, perhaps. That looks interesting. Queen trade, though, is not really in the spirit of the position, so I'm going to try to keep the queens on. I'm going to go here, if I can. Still down a pawn, but I feel like I have good pressure. Yeah, lots of ideas in the air here. Okay, so he's going to give a check, is what he's saying. But I still think I should play this. Oh, he's not going to give a check. Okay, well, now I can just hop in. Fork, even hitting the bishop for good measure. Okay. Interesting position. Queen f4, maybe? Let's do that. I don't have to take these yet. I'm going to hit this pawn and see what he does. Okay. Let's take. And play e6. I'm hitting this guy. Gotta watch that time. Ooh, all right. Got the rook. And he resigns. Okay, kept the pressure on. He definitely blundered there. I was really expecting him to play queen c5 check right here. I think that's pretty much the only move. Queen c5 check, king h1. And he still has threats to deal with. There's the threat of mate on g7, and if he moves this pawn, I have knight to d6 again. So I thought maybe he would play rook g8 here. And I was looking at playing this, attacking this and this, and going from there. Also hitting the bishop as well. Seems like good play. I mean, black's kind of scrambling for a defense here. All right. So 1.5 out of 2. Let's pull up a notable game. Hikaru's game, maybe. Hikaru with plenty of time on his clock, but... Well, I guess he's not risking a whole lot here. I was going to say he's down a pawn defending, but he's probably just playing for the win here because the knight is under attack, and if the knight moves, he can win this pawn. Whoa, that's a interesting decision by black. So if king takes f4, I think he's going to play king g7 and basically claim that white is sort of stuck here. Which is a good point. How do you even try to win this as white? You have to somehow get your king all the way over to defend your bishop so you can free up your rook. But practically speaking, that seems really tough. Yeah, black just waits with the rook here. He's cutting the king off. I don't think white can win this. Thank you, Longreeve. Let's have a good tournament. Good luck, John. Thank you. Yeah, I don't see how white's ever going to win this. And game drawn. Okay. So GM luck is my skill. Holds Hikaru to a draw. Nice idea there. Well played by him. Let's take a look at Andrew's game. Penguin versus Crypto Chess. Complicated position. Seems like black is better here with the rook and multiple pawns against the kind of disconnected knights. Yeah, definitely black's better here. White's pieces don't have a lot of scope. Nice. Nasty MTG says, saw one of your videos from a previous Title Tuesday. Now I love this tournament. Cool. Yeah, thanks for joining. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back because round 3 is coming up. Okay, so definitely looks like Andrew's going to win this. So he will be at 2 out of 2. Any other notables? There'll be a ton of players on 2 out of 2, that's for sure. Standings have not been updated yet. There's Aman. Aman's on 2 out of 2. Hello to Aman. Good luck in Title Tuesday. Simon is on 2 out of 2. Nice. Eric Rosen is on 2 out of 2. Lots of streamers in the mix. Greetings to Hello Kostya. That's Kostya Kavutsky. I am from the U.S. Lives in California. Hey, maybe I'll get paired with Hikaru, guys. Seems unlikely. I'm probably near the top half of the 1.5 out of 2s. Although maybe not. I don't know. Andrew did win that. Now we're taking a look at a GM versus GM game. Am I friends with Aman in real life? Yes. Yes, indeed. We have a great picture together from... When was it? Maybe a year and a half ago at a tournament in St. Louis. No, it was probably longer than that. Maybe 2 years ago. Year and a half, 2 years ago. Standing outside the giant chess piece at the World Chess Hall of Fame. In the Central West End, right by the chess club. So, yeah, it's on Twitter. Aman was sporting this massive beard at the time because he wasn't shaving until he hit Grandmaster. So it was just a great contrast. I was pretty clean cut. I think I had some facial hair going on too, but it almost looked like a time lapse, you know, someone who just really made an effort to grow it out as Aman was. I'll post the pic in the YouTube comments for you guys to see. All right, what other games do we have going on here? Chess Warrior versus Zuber. Another, whoa. Did White just blunder knight c2 check? White was trying to grind out a win with king and rook against king and knight, but blundered knight c2 check. At least you don't lose in this case when they take your rook. But all right, 2 other games maybe in play. Looks like Black's playing for a win here with the 2 pawns, but likely draw, I would say. Hard for Black to get out of this situation. Yes, game drawn. Feta Master versus Ehrenfeld. What's going on here? Oh, White's just winning, I think. Yeah, promote, trade, b7, game over. On to round 3, guys. Let's keep it rolling here. Ooh, tough pairing here, 28-48, but I like the challenge. D4, let's go. I am from Azerbaijan. B6, interesting. Okay, let's do this. I'm just going to play this flexible, knight f3. I'll play g3. Black can actually take on f3 if they want here. It's kind of an interesting way of playing it, but he does not. Okay, let's play bishop d2. Now here, I think taking is even more justified because my queen is not defending that pawn. But all right, Black's going to play it differently. Knight e4, all right. I feel like I should keep my bishop here somehow. Nah, let's just play queen c2. And then recapture. Then I think I'm going to go rook f e1, try for e4. Okay, he's going to decide to try to keep things. Knight d2, he takes c3. I take b7, he takes e2. Interesting line, but probably not one that's good for me. d5 is another way to play this. I'm torn. Let's go knight d2. Hemis, thank you for subscribing on Twitch Prime. So yeah, if he takes here, I take here. He checks. King h1, he takes d4. I'd have to move my queen. Queen d3. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take back. We get a swap here. And now let's play f4. Think about going e4 after this. Try to play in the center. Yeah, like let's bring this over and look to play pawn e4. Thank you, Doctor Who Cares Too, says go John. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's play this. Solidifying move. So he's going to make it hard for me to play e4. Position's kind of locked now. Let's play c5. Hard to say what rook belonged on e1. Just one of those sort of toss-up decisions, quite honestly. Okay, let's bring this rook over. I don't think it has much of a use there anymore. Yeah, now I got to be aware he's threatening this, perhaps, so maybe this move. And on h3, or knight g4, I can play h3 and kick him away. Thinking about taking and playing b4. Let's try that. Try to control c5. He might play rook a8. No, he does not. All right, let's play rook c2. Possible knight f3 and then into e5 ideas later. We're sort of dueling with our knights because if ever I move my knight from d2, he could try to get into e4, and we both would have strong knights if I go into e5. But for now, I think it makes sense just to try to double up. Ooh, he's going to play g5. Very interesting. Try to open the position. Okay, I'm going to take. And assuming he takes with the queen, I'm going to play knight f3 and try to use that time to get into e5. And attack his pawn. Also maybe knight f7 in the air. We will see. Hello, Moblo92. Thank you. Yannick, thanks a lot. Good to hear, Tipsy Ton. Hope you like that book. Okay, so not doing terrible on the clock. He is ahead, but I feel like this knight e5 move is going to give me play. He might play queen h5, knight e5, knight g4. Definitely an option. I still feel like I should play this, even though he might do this move. Yeah, he does. Probably a capture's forced. Okay, queen h3 is a threat. I feel like rook f4 is probably the way to go here. Just block him down the file. Maybe you'll be able to take this way if he captures. Thanks, villain. I feel like he doesn't want to take because then he can't play down the file. He has a hard time breaking with his pawns here. Okay, queen there. Probably looking for e5 if I were to guess. However, I do have this move now. Interesting shot. I think it's working. And I don't even have to give up the file to do it. So yeah, whichever rook of mine he takes, I take the opposite rook. Okay, check. And now probably come here, I think. Unless I have queen f1. Queen f1, though, he can trade, so I don't quite like that move. Let's go here. I'm guarding c2. Guarding the infiltration squares. Wow, he offers a trade. Surprised by that. Take. Well, I feel like I have to play this, so we'll do that. He's going to try to play this for a win, it seems. Yeah, that's actually an annoying idea. I'm going to try to get rid of this pawn and play rook a2 after this. Just see what happens here. He's coming in with his king. Okay, well, gotta take. He's coming into f3 as well with his king is an idea. Okay, let's go here. Try to get behind the pawn, if possible. Okay, I guess I'm going to step here. This is not looking good, though. Yeah, you can take and go after that. Quite true. King d3 is probably good here. Trying to attack him a little bit. Not looking like it's working too well. Interesting that he played it like this. Okay. I think that seems to give me some unnecessary chances, I would say. Okay, let's check. Because if I can make a pass pawn and give up my rook... Oh, I shouldn't let his rook behind. That was a big mistake. Okay, let's try to fix that immediately. Advance the king. Okay. This definitely feels just losing. But maybe king e3, I guess, huh? This is my last attempt. Yeah, it just comes back in defense. Okay. That was a tough spot when he played b5. b5 was an excellent move. So even though I won a pawn there, it was kind of a tough rook ending. I'm trying to think what the best way to try to save that position would be. I think I have to begin considering how to draw it here. And I didn't find a good way in the game. I mean, maybe I should keep his king cut off on the f-file, but that's not... It feels so passive. He can just try to play this move on the next move if he gets a chance. Yeah, I think this is tough for white. Pretty brilliant idea, because it's one of these things, like, I'm quite sure he didn't see rook take c6, but he reacted well, he just traded, and in fact offered an endgame. Jesse Butts, thank you for subscribing. Says, love all the videos lately, wish me luck in my tourney this month. Good luck in that event. Let us know how it goes. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, a4 feels very panicky, but I was afraid of playing too passively here. That's usually not a good recipe for holding a position like this. Okay, well, let's go take a look at a game. Maybe Nepomniachtchi? Nepomniachtchi just won. Andrakin, perhaps? Andrakin drew. Let's maybe check out a streamer if they're still playing. Let's check out Simon's game. Ooh, Simon wins. No, I'm sorry, Simon lost. He was playing black in this one. We're looking at it from black's point of view. All right. Aman? I'm getting confused, like, which side of the board I'm looking at. Again, we're looking at it from black's point of view. White's pawn's going this way, black's pawn's going this way. Aman is black here. Is he winning? No. Is he losing? b6? What is going on? Looks like... up in the air. Unknown result. I would say Aman's probably better here, because he's got the more dangerous pawn. Probably start moving that pawn soon. Interesting queen ending. Hello, Tom Walker. Thanks, AMS Wood. This has discovered your videos a couple weeks ago and have learned lots. Good to hear. Okay, queen there, trying to pin the pawn. I would say this is a real tough ending for white to hold. It'd be tough in a classical time control too. I mean, you go for checks, you try to hold your opponent off, but white's big problem here is that a queen trade is almost certainly going to be good for black with that pawn running. And white's pawn is not dangerous at all. Okay, still several games going here. White has a check on b2, but then king d3. Whoa! Ooh, nice stalemate try. Okay, queen c2. Yeah, if black took that, that would have been stalemate. People are so clever, man. Especially in Title Tuesday. People always seem to bring their best. My move to f6 notwithstanding. So you got to be ready. Bashtas, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Yeah, again, white using this idea of pinning the pawn. But Aman is making slow progress here. Slow and steady. Probably queen d2 or, yeah, king there next. So if white continues checking, now white's probably going to play here. Again, trying to pin the pawn. Oh, let me put up that loss on the score sheet here. So I'm sitting on 1.5 out of 3. Mediocre start. I know I got in time pressure in that last game. But at the point where I started getting in time pressure, I feel like the position was already tough. Not to totally excuse it, but that was just the reality of that situation. Okay, this looks winning now. There's a couple checks. Okay, well, maybe not totally winning yet. Can Aman escape this barrage of checks that's about to happen? I believe he can, because he's going to hide on d1. Ah, and he gets the queen trade in. Very nice. Game over. Thanks, Sagnick Roy. He says, no worries, let's hope for 8.5 out of 10. I'm right there with you. Okay, so Aman wins that game with some nice technique. We're down to 2 games left in the round. Another king and knight against king and rook. Seems to be a theme for this tournament. And king and bishop against king and rook. All right. And here, white has the correct technique. So in this ending, you want to keep your king in the opposite color corner to your bishop, because it sets up stalemate ideas if you do that. If you go to the same color corner, you're going to lose your bishop. Okay, FM Wittick is next. Do you guys want to see a Scandi? I want to see a Scandi. Beta 5150, thank you for subscribing. Oh, no Scandi. Okay. We can still play d5, though. All right, London system. I've mentioned many times before, but this is what I like to do against the London when combating it from the black side. Try to swap early on d4. I think it takes away a lot of white's potential play. Yes, there we go. I see a lot of d5 emoticons in the chat. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the support. I've had this variation somewhat recently. I think Blitzstream played this against me in a recent Arena Kings. Pretty standard stuff. Okay, rook there. Let's play a6 to start. a6 is almost always a useful move. Yeah, and black's going to put a stop to that. I often feel like this is a pretty good maneuver, so maybe I can do that. Try to neutralize this London bishop. Pretty decent chance white's going to play that. Yeah, knight e5. If I take, pawn takes, should be fine. Let's do it. Hello, the judge. How we living today? We're living great. Life is good. Hope you guys are all doing well. Ah, nice idea here. So he's saying if you retreat your bishop or play h6, he's going to attack my bishop. h6, h3, bishop h5, g4, and I lose a pawn. Ah, but do I? I actually don't. Although my bishop will be in a kind of an awkward position, admittedly. I could play g6, but g6 doesn't really appeal to me here. It's kind of weakening. I'm going to play this. I see an idea. It's interesting. This may be no good. but we'll find out. Some ideas of h3 here, g4, play bishop g6. I think he saw what I was up to, though. All right, but I can play this move now. Hopefully, with all of these pieces coming down on my king, I don't run into problems here, but I'm going to try to eliminate his bishop and play bishop f5. If he gives a check on h7, king h8, and then attacks my bishop, I can always play bishop f5, is my thinking. Now with my queen helping to defend here. This actually might be okay, because I could plop a knight on e4 after that. And look at that. I'm ahead on the clock, guys. Alert the chess press. I am ahead on the clock. My never-ending battle with that great equalizer, the clock. It's just like Father Time. Father Time remains undefeated. Often the clock is undefeated in my games. But I'm working on it. That's the main thing. Ooh, b4. It's a good move. Took a while to play it, but it's a good move. Okay. Yeah, it forces my knight to a really awkward square, and then he can attack my bishop. But I don't know. All right, well, let's just go back. Make him think about it. That move was basically forced on my end, so I think it's fine. Bishop h5 here now? Yeah, let's do it. So the point is, I couldn't play bishop f5 anymore without losing a pawn, because my queen is being interfered with. But, I mean, he has to think about moves like g6. Or maybe even g5, if I want to try to do that. I may play g5 if given the chance. He might have rook h3. He's probably looking at rook h3 type ideas here. Or take on h6 and then rook h3. Also interesting. Okay, he backs the bishop off. Interesting situation. G5 seems kind of reckless, though, because rook h3, and I feel like I'm in trouble there. Okay, got to come up with something relatively quick here. Maybe just f6, huh? Yeah, it might be time to play this. Oh, what if I take here? I also have bishop e2. Man, so many options. Take. I'm going to go with this. He might play bishop takes h6. I think there's a pretty good chance of that. But got to go with something, right? Okay, now e4 is tempting. Try to keep his queen out. Let's do that. He has rook here, maybe rook f6 at that point. I feel like my bishop can go to g5 to block if he wants. I don't think he's going to get crazy and do this yet. That feels premature. He might do it. But 41 seconds, okay, he does. He's going to go for it. All right, well, this will be interesting to see what happens here. I feel like I need to play this move to block his g-file play. And I want to get my knight to f6 next if possible. That's the next step. Okay, here I have this move if I want it. Queen g6, knight f8 is a nice move to defend. Let's do it. Knight on f8, there is no mate, guys. Okay, he takes there. Can I just take here? Oh, then he has rook takes g5. Man, this guy's tricky. All right, I think I got to roll the dice, though, and see what happens in that line. Oh, he can just take there. Yikes. Okay. Well. Queen takes c3. Game continues. Try to bring my knight to f6 next and stabilize, but yeah, should be a losing position. Oh, he goes rook c1 at this point, huh? Okay. Yeah, he's playing some good moves here. Can't do much about that. Rook f7 should be mating me. Yeah. Queen g5. Okay. I thought when he played this that I wouldn't... I didn't realize that I would lose my rook after queen takes g5, queen takes h4. I thought he might have a draw, but for some reason that didn't occur to me. So I guess in this position I need to play something else. Maybe rook f6. Yeah, probably rook f6 is best here. It's a tough one in time pressure. I stuck with him on the clock, but yeah, I think needed a couple more accurate defensive moves. Maybe even bishop f4 here comes to mind. But that was for sure the big mistake. If I could take back a single move, it would be this one. I thought about this line as well. Actually, I don't know why I didn't play knight f6. That move is one that I saw. Because the point is, if this happens, I'm actually taking and hitting his rook. So I think that for sure is what I should have played. Okay, so lost that one, 1.5 out of 4. Let's take a look at a top game. The Pomnashi is losing in this position, probably. Yeah, because he can't trade queens. Can you show what was wrong with chasing the bishop? Looked like a pawn to me. Oh, so... yeah, let me go back and demonstrate that. It was a bit precarious, that situation. So, like right here, he could play h3, bishop here, g4. But my idea was that after this, my rook is hitting his bishop. However, I did see that he might have something like bishop takes here. I don't know if he has more than a draw. He can try, though. He could pick up this pawn with check. That's a lot of pawns. And then maybe pick this one up, too. So even this line might be good for him. I won't add the engine in because my computer is struggling as it is, but... okay. Nepomniachtchi lost. White managed to trade queens there, so... I am Zuber takes down the recent FIDE Grand Prix winner. Jan Nepomniachtchi. How did he do this? Yeah, queen c6. Pawn's defended on c6 by the bishop. And white can try to bring in the king to attack c7. Level of this tournament is very high, indeed. I feel like it's getting stronger all the time, too. Good evening, Tomas. Thanks for joining. White struggling to hold this. This is a tough one. White has the slight time edge, but tough. Is that a-pawn super dangerous? You can hear the fan? Yeah, I have two fans going. There's the computer fan, which is just loud in general, apparently. Very loud lately while I've been streaming. It's not loud when I'm locally recording, but then I have my actual fan going in the corner over here too. What's my score? Right here. 1.5 out of 4 so far. Not great. Second half comeback needed. Speaking of Rosen, someone mentioned Eric in the chat. He is losing. He was on 2 out of 3. Paul from SPB is playing, another Arena Kings regular. Okay, Renato Terry, he ended up losing his knight. Oh, he tries a little blitz trick here. Rook E8. I guess you might as well try it, right? Maybe your opponent will blunder the rook. But no dice. Let's check out Verdenota. This is Grandmaster Gawain Jones. I once shared a place in Iceland with Gawain Jones for probably about a week and a half. I played the Reykjavik Open and also the Icelandic League with him way back in, I want to say 2012. And we were being hosted by an Icelandic FM, Einar Hjalti Jensen. Really nice guy, and actually both of them are nice. Gawain's a cool dude too. He's, I think, right around 2,700 FIDE, so a super strong guy. But you can see even he, with this draw, is on 2 out of 4 in Title Tuesday, and he's 2,700 FIDE. Again, testament to the strength of this tournament. Okay, what's going on in this one? This looks like a draw, if I had to bet. Unless White can get the knight to e7 real quick, force the king away, and promote. But the thing is, I feel like Black can always just give up their bishop for the pawn, or threaten to do that. And it's still a tricky position to hold for Black. You got to be super careful here. Yeah, knight e5, because White has multiple routes in here. But should be a draw. Okay, can Black play f3 now? Well, knight d7. Okay, so Black prevents that. Okay, now you can corral the knight. Yeah, bishop e2. That's a good pattern to remember. Now White's going to have to agree the draw. Or admit it, I think. Oh, okay, there was a little trick there, even there. You guys see that? I thought, okay, White can't move his knight anymore, but the point is, king g6 if f3, knight g4, and Black gets mated. Well, I guess he could give a check there, but Black decided not to take any risks. And they, looks like they agreed to draw a couple moves later. Check, back. Okay, we're on to the next game. JBD 735. Stick with d4. Try to get on the board. I'll put up the standings for you guys, too. Okay, we have a triangle set up. I like to play queen c2 against this. Let's play bishop g5. You can also play g3 is another move. Here are the standings. Ooh, lots of players on 4 out of 4. Still probably 15 or so players on 4 out of 4. Okay, knight bd2. Let's play here. Keep the pin for a moment. Well, he's thinking a lot. If you have a child, will their name be Bartholomew 2? Pokemon reference? Doubtful, but that's a very clever idea. Let's play bishop e2. I'm going to keep the bishop back. I feel like if I put it on d3, there might be a better likelihood that Black plays c5 somewhere and tries to do something down the d file, so I'm just going to sit back for a moment. I might still break with e4 if I get the chance. We'll see what Black does. I bet Black plays b6, bishop b7. That looks like a pretty standard plan here. However, if they play b6, I can also consider this move. Take and try to force them to take with the c-pawn. Not sure I get much. Ooh, look at this time edge. I like this. It's usually the reverse going on here. But let's see if we can capitalize. Ankit, thank you. He says, love from India, John. You're awesome. Yeah, shout out to the Indian viewers. Really, all the viewers. But I have some very loyal viewers from India. I see you guys, so thank you. Okay, so c5. Let's take. Now let's swap. So he's going for liquidations. No doubt. Just castle. Tom Walker, thanks for the 100 bits. Caffeinate to win. Gotta go, but I will check back in a little bit. Thanks, Tom. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty darn equal. I'm going to play rook here. Maybe take on c5 next. Or a3 first. Let's play a3 first. Just handy move. Seems like he's starting to speed up a little bit. Now I'm going to take. And if he takes with the knight, maybe play b4. Yeah, just chase his knight. Make him put it back on d7, most likely. Maybe I can put my knight on d4. It's something. Got some nice knight symmetry going on here. Rook c8, I can think about queen a4, although that runs into knight c3, most likely. Ooh, queen g5. It's an interesting one. I feel like knight e4 is worth considering here. Let's do that. Attack his queen. I don't want him ganging up on g2 with some sort of discovery, so play it like this. Wonder if he has this move here. That would be interesting. That might work. I'm just now noticing it. At least he has to calculate it, though. He plays it. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. So if I take, he takes on e3 with check. And I'm losing something. So I probably have to take on g5. He takes c2. And then I want to be ready with my next move. Maybe knight takes e6 at that point. Yeah, let's take. Knight takes this pawn. Let's do it. Desperado idea. I'll just take him if he takes back, and magically we have equal material. After all that excitement. Okay, thinking about knight c6. Knight c6 or knight f5. Let's play knight f5. That just looks a little more annoying. Tomas, thanks for the 100 bits. This is a morale booster. John, thank you. Trying to make something happen here in round number 5. Okay. Let's play this here. No immediate threats or anything. He might even be able to play g6 in this position. I take h6, king g7, my knight is trapped. There's some rook b7 ideas, but watch that clock. See if we can capitalize on that. Okay. Considering bishop c6, or just knight back. I feel like knight back. Keep the pressure. Knight's pretty stable there. He's looking for a trade. Maybe bishop c6 here. Let's try that. Attack his rook. Just trying to create more confusion in the position, really. And now we'll go here. Because I'm up a pretty appreciable amount of time now. Okay, let's go here. Bishop e4, I'm going to play b5. He had bishop b5, actually, but glad he didn't play that. Interesting. Definitely take with a pawn. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him. Knight f5 ideas coming. Let's play rook here. Okay, tricky move here. If he takes, I have knight b4. He's got to play something. Oh, and we get the time win. All right. You guys see that? I had a full extra minute on my clock. So happy. Thank you, guys. I know you're proud of me. All right. Yeah, you just got to try to find moves like this in time pressure. I mean, he probably saw at the last moment that this runs into the fork. and he just pulled back. If bishop b4, you had bishop d5. You mean right here? Yes, you're right. I would have this move. Would have to find that. Although then he could take and take a3. Not good for me. But, hey, using the clock as a weapon. Okay, let's put up a game here. We're halfway through the tournament. Just a reminder, it's 10 rounds, 3+2 blitz. Let's look at... Who shall we look at? Grandalicious? Nils Grandelius? He's a fun grandmaster to watch. I'll be right back again, guys. All right. Grandelius wins that. Who else can we take a look at? Big Fish. Kleine Beer versus Big Fish. White is up a billion pawns here. Is he about to establish the bathtub's pawn structure? He does. Okay. And he's up on the clock. Is this my Minnesota Blizzard teammate? Yes, it is. Thomas Beardsden. I was going to say. Thomas, he was a key player for us in the Pro Chess League. Young Dutch I am. Ooh, he blunders knight here, but actually I don't think it'll really matter. Yeah, black doesn't even take there. Oh, rook e8? Okay, oh man. Now he has to play knight e7, and black gets to take and take that pawn. Dude, you can never relax in these tournaments. This reminds me of a game I had against GM Sinan Sugirov, which was also in a Title Tuesday several months ago. And I was up, it wasn't to this extreme, but I was up 2 or 3 pawns in a position where black was basically dead to rights. My opponent was dead to rights, and I proceeded to get in time pressure, and I think I actually lost on time. Like, he created these problems. Okay, that was some overconfidence, though, for sure. White lost 2 pawns and a knight there for nothing. Hello, Jay Chester. I think I cursed him. I was like, Thomas was such a key player for us in the Pro Chess League. He really had a great season. And then, boom, he immediately blundered. He might still be winning, but... Okay, king there, yep. His pawns are still hard to reckon with. Rook b7 looks natural. What's black doing against rook b7? And then rook b8 with the pin. Okay, and Big Fish goes down, so congrats to Thomas. Who's on 5 out of 5? FM Miracle, FM TST. Oh, and here we go. Playing JK13. Who's JK13? I feel like I shouldn't. I've definitely played this player before. Doesn't say. Okay, well, let's get it on. Is he there? All right, we got to do it. Halfway through the tournament, guys, we got to play it. Ye old Scandy. Yes, thank you, Chessy Bus. Chessable Rookie, hello. RPG, thank you. This knight d5 variation. I'm going to play a dubious move, but an effort to get out of book here. I'm just kind of sick of playing the positions after e6, knight d5. White gets to throw out a lot of moves. So let's play queen c7. I would not advise doing this because white can take advantage of this, but we'll see if white knows how. Make him burn that clock. Did I get some tea? I actually got some yes, I did get some tea. It's herbal tea. Okay, bishop e7 here. I think it's too dangerous to take on c2, definitely, with bishop takes b7 being a threat. So let's just go here, get ready to castle. Hoping that white won't take advantage. Yes, a little bit of hope chess there with my opening choice, queen c7 on move 7. Strictly speaking, you should eliminate hope from your vocabulary when you're playing chess, but... Knight d4, So if I take him, he takes my bishop on f5. Thinking about just castling here. I think that's probably the best option. Let's do it. And then when he takes, take back. He's got the bishop pair in a better structure, but let's see what happens. If he castles short, I can play bishop f6. Get my knight out, play active. I've gained some time on the clock, and as I said at the outset of the stream today, my main goal is to avoid catastrophic time pressure. I'd give myself a B on that so far. What do you guys think if you were to grade me, those who have been watching from the beginning? I think it's been better than usual in Title Tuesday, but still improvements to be made. Okay, c4, so if I take, he plays rook b1. Let's go knight out. Knight d4 ideas in the air. He's hitting the pawn. Let's play... Knight f5 definitely comes to mind here. Or knight e7, rather. But let's play g6. Okay, let's play knight e5. I'm going to try to keep some pressure on. So if he takes, I take, and I'm hitting h2 and b2. Although I may not be able to take b2 again. We'll see. Ankit says A. Sagnik Roy says John would be a very strict grader. B for Bartholomew. Ooh. It's a potentially good move. But I could just defend, I guess, like this. And I want to go knight g4 next. I'd like to end up with a knight against his bishop, but an active knight. That's the key thing I'm looking for. So yeah, knight g4 seems best. Also, maybe forced. Let's do it. Okay, we could get a trade here. RPG says B-, sometimes good, but definitely improvements to be had. Okay, fair. Ooh, can I take this? Or bishop d4 even? Bishop d4 is interesting. If I take, he takes f8. I take, he has bishop d6 or rook down. Rook down is a problem. Let's try this. Just curious how he's going to react to this. So if he takes f8, I take f2, then take e1 with some potential confusion. Okay, let's go here. Ah. Maybe that was a bad square for me. Was it, though? He has rook takes f7 coming. Bishop takes f7 coming. Eeh. I guess I gotta go here. Not what I wanted, though. You can just play h3 now. Eeh. I really got my pieces misplaced here. I don't know what I do about just h3. My coordination's terrible. Ooh, he goes for something more forcing. This works too. I really wasn't sure what to do, though. Okay, well, at least I can take this way and fight. Okay, let's take. Go here. Try to create some problems for him. I mean, h7 is hanging. I try to pin him with rook c1 coming up. Maybe something. Let's come here. Try to play b5 next if he takes on h7. Looking for b4, try to kick him around a little bit. Let's go here. Time. Okay, he takes, well, chances, huh? I have a strong bishop. Let's check. Let's try to cut him off. Check. Check. I want to get my king into f4. That would be the dream. Maybe now he'll just take. No. Alright, gotta start advancing. Oh, mate. I blundered right into mate. Okay. Yeah, probably a technically losing position. Instant regret, though. I guess I should play probably bishop f2 or something right around here. Chalk that up. I self-mated. I was having a real hard time getting anything going on the king side, though, because of the way he was defending with his rooks. I, at various points, wanted to get my king up to f4 and then into g3, but just wasn't really working. Wasn't bishop f6 just fine earlier, protecting the rook? Bishop f6, where? Oh, you mean in this position? Yeah, I probably should have played that. I was worried about this h3 move more so than bishop f7, but... Yeah, actually, I might have meant to play bishop f6 instead of bishop e5. Because I remember moving my bishop thinking I was defending a rook, but I think I got momentarily confused about which rook I needed to defend. Hey, BL Swagger. Yeah, so that was some coordination problems. Rook d1, rook d8, or rook d8, rook d1 really turned the situation on its head. So yeah, I should have played bishop f6, you're right. Bishop e5, I think the easiest for him is just h3. I didn't at all see what I was going to do against that move, because if the knight is driven away, he just takes this. But even the way he played it, he won an exchange, so... okay. Who's in the mix here? I'd like to check out someone who has a perfect score. Bassem and Severo, they already finished. Probably not too many games going on still. At least at the top. These guys have 4.5. White looks to be losing. Yeah, should be just losing here. Hey, Turnip Swagger. So Petrosian takes that game. Let's check out two strong IMs here. Maciek and Shant Sargsyan. Sargsyan trying to hold the draw here. This feels winning, though, for White. Although the H-pawn is quite fast, actually. Black managed to get that H-pawn down there very quick. So this may be just a draw now. I think it is. So H2 and F7. Okay, he goes... interesting that Black did that. Would not have played that way myself. I don't see what was wrong with H2 there. But he must have seen something. Tomas says, watching John and Eric playing the title Tuesday, both struggling a bit. Okay, now King G4, probably the only chance. Try to give up the rook for the pawn and then push the H-pawn. White has... Ooh, it goes there. Ooh, and then check. Yeah, White promotes with check, and now he's just got to go get his queen here. This is a win. He'll just check, 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 get close with the queen. Queen E2. And if king here, queen F1. Or queen E4. Yep, also works. So Maciek wins that game. Pretty entertaining. How about Antipov? He wins against an FM. Durbaili. Draw. John Daniel Bryant versus Renato Terry. Renato Terry wins. Aman still playing. Aman drew. Aman's on a good score, 4 out of 6. Okay. Getting to the end of round 6 here. Hikaru is also struggling. Interesting. Okay. How many points does Hikaru have? Can we find him in the cross table? Just one game going. Nicholas, thank you for subscribing. Says looking forward to that 2-year star. Yes, you're at 16 months, which is quite the streak. So thanks again for supporting. Okay, White trying to win this position. Tall order. Black just trying to keep everything protected. I mean, even king and rook against king and queen is pretty challenging. So White first needs to win this bishop, though, to have any chance. Or some sort of freak checkmate. Is this a win? No, I would definitely think this is a draw. I mean, it's certainly a draw if White can never win the bishop. So it's just a matter of, can White somehow maneuver or trick Black into winning the bishop? But I think if Black stays solid, like bishop d5 here, White should not be able to work their way in. Sina Oyster, thank you for subscribing. Says, John, I really appreciate the nightly videos. Watching them before bed routinely. Thanks a ton. Thank you, Sina Oyster. Can you see the leaderboard? Yes, you can. Right here. Here's where we stand through 6 rounds. Amin Bassem, who is also a medical doctor. That's why he has doctor next to his name. In addition to being an extremely strong GM. I think he's the strongest GM on the African continent. He's Egyptian. Actually, my brother is over in Egypt right now. He works for the U.S. government, so he's over there at the moment. But yeah, Bassem, unless something has changed, he's the strongest GM on the African continent. Severomorsk, I don't know a whole lot about him. I've seen him play before. I think I played him before. Ukrainian GM. Hikaru's on 5.5 out of 6. Someone said Hikaru is struggling. That's not struggling in my book. First African player to break 2,700. I think you're right about that. Yes. Is my brother a chess player? He knows how to play, and he played a little bit when he was a kid. However, funny story, he entered his first tournament ever, which was the our state elementary championship, when he was maybe 4th or 5th grade. And it's a 7-round tournament. He started out 3-0, was feeling super confident. And then in the 4th round, he got scholars mated. He got 4-move checkmated by his opponent. And I think that event was so traumatizing for him, he never played another chess tournament in his life. He was just done at that point. So that was his brief meteor-like rise with 3-0, lost the 4th game, and he was just done. But yeah, he still follows my chess exploits. He's actually not a bad player when we're playing casually and like talking about chess, but he just doesn't have much interest in it. Of course, I have 2.5 out of 6, and I get rewarded by playing a GM. But that's what we came here for, right, guys? I'm actually getting paired quite a bit down in rating. This is Title Tuesday for you. Always a challenge. Okay, getting my bishop outside the chain. I like this. Sagnick Roy says, Scholar's mate shaming people since 1848. There must be recorded instances of Scholar's mate much before then. Okay, G3 looks very sketchy to me. I want to try to develop and maybe use the D3 square to my advantage. I don't think these two moves really fit together too well. Because if he puts the bishop here, you know, bishop D3 is always going to be an issue for him. Like now, I can think about taking and playing knight C5. Or bishop D3 after he takes back. Now let's do this. What should I play? Bishop D3 or knight to C5? And they both have some points. Bishop D3, he might be able to take, playing knight E5. Yeah, maybe that's acceptable for him. I could also play bishop H3 as another move. This feels like wrong for him, but how to take advantage? That's a different question. Okay, don't burn too much time, John. B5 is another move. B5, he plays his bishop back. Let's play... I'm going to play this move. I know that's a move that I didn't mention at all, but I was looking at it just to stop him from castling, purely. I know he can take here, but... Good play on the light squares, it seems. Hey, Bali. Thank you. This is good luck, John. Appreciate it. Okay, I could play bishop G2. Nah, let's just get this knight out of here. I think the knight C5 idea always runs into D4, so I'm not seeing much with it. Hello, Japanese tutor. Oh, I did mention bishop H3. Okay. Knight G5. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm thinking about bishop G2 or just bishop G4 even. Bishop G2, rook G1, bishop D5, maybe. Let's do that. I'm fianchettoing my bishop into his position. Okay, let's do this. Some interesting play here going on. Try to develop now. I wonder if he's going to castle long. He might, although then I might play B5 and attack him. G4. Some seriously creative stuff afoot here. Time to attack. Okay, I'm going to go queen d7. Maybe I will castle queenside. That may, in fact, be the thing to do. Let's do it. Yeah, quite an original position here. "56 seconds. d4. Okay, let's take. Going to take again. Go here. Bishop f3, probably queen d5. Let's go king b7 now. Definitely have to be somewhat careful on the light squares, though. But I am up a pawn. His dark square bishop's out of the game, so just really got to reinforce those light squares. Yeah, like now it feels like this move is wise. f5 maybe? Nah, f5's no good. Let's play this. Maybe prep f5. But for the moment, he could take it, and then my bishop's hanging, so can't hope to get anything from that yet. Let's go here. If he rook doubles, I'll play rook c8. Okay, now I feel like I'm a little bit more prepared for f5 if I want to play that move. Seems like a reasonable move to try to open things up. Maybe a4, a6 first. Or do I even take with the c-pawn if he takes? Nah, let's take with this one. Keep that closed. Was he getting ready to take? I don't think that works, so I'm going to do this. It's interesting, though. Rook takes c6. Could think about it. Okay, let's take. Try to deflect him for now. I'm threatening knight b4. Don't go there. Okay, let's go here. We can take. Didn't see it. Let's get this over. Time. Let's attack. Ooh, that's a nasty move. I really do not like that move. I don't know what to play here. Yeah, his rook takes b5. Yeah, rook b7. Ooh, queen b4 got me. Tough tournament, guys. Yeah, queen b4. Under pressure. Not sure I have a way out after that. That's a double attack. Hit the rook and also threaten this. I think it's game over at that point. Don't see a defense. I was hoping he would take on c6 and I would get 2 rooks for the queen, but to no avail. Yeah. Yeah, he just had some sustained pressure for a pawn. I feel like I was working my way out of it. Oh, did I miss knight b4? No, knight b4 runs into queen takes b5 here, so I couldn't play it at this moment. But that's what I was trying to go for when I traded here. Yeah, kind of just ran into issues. Well, rook a5 should also run into this too, right? Check. And he's on this. And if I take with the pawn, he takes with check, and I don't have time to take his rook on c2. So, yeah, and if rook takes, he takes. Winning position. Rook a7. Yeah, rook a7 with the idea, I guess, of this and then here. Okay, yeah, that might be the only way to try to keep the game going. Good spot, Naughty Yash. Yeah, this is still... I'm still breathing here. Although my king is in serious jeopardy. Yeah, queen b4 is a tough one to meet in time pressure. Okay. I don't feel too bad about how I played that. I really think that g3 move was kind of awkward, but didn't see a way... I might not strictly be able to punish that move. So, alright. Bassem. Is Bassem playing? Oh, we better take a look at those guys. Looks like they already finished, though. Yeah, that game's over. Here we have Chess Weebs versus Polish Fighter. I think that's... is that Duda? Jan Krzysztof Duda? Yes. Another 2,700 plus. Trying to hold a draw against GM Chess Weebs. I think GM Chess Weebs is Ilya Nizhnik. Is that right? See you, Tomas. Tuning in from Norway. Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks for staying up late. Here are the standings. Oh, so Severomorsk got to 7 out of 7. FM Mouse WLZ has 6.5 out of 7. So I bet Hikaru is going to play Severo next, because they have not played yet. Chess Weeb's trying to win this, but I think Duda will hold the draw. Nasty MTG says, shout out from Nebraska. Thank you. Home of the great cornfields. My friend, International Master Keaton Kiera is from Nebraska. I think he's one of the highest rated players ever to come from Nebraska. My score is upside down? Yes. I've kind of struggled the past couple of Title Tuesdays. But I'm having fun. Hope you guys are still enjoying watching. Is Rook and Knight easier to hold versus Rook and Bishop? Yes, it is. Yeah. You can cause a lot more problems with the Rook and the Bishop. Which is kind of surprising, because we know how tricky the Knights are with their forking potential. But the thing about the Rook and the Bishop is they can create this triangle formation to cut off the enemy king, confine it to the back rank, and that's when you can easily lose this. Whereas with the king and the knight, so long as you don't get forked and you don't end up with... It's harder to push them to the back rank too. So as long as you don't like voluntarily go to the back rank and allow a fork or some rook-knight coordination, it's a pretty easy draw to hold. Okay, so here, you know, black has to be careful because they got cornered, but he's cutting off the enemy king. See, if that were a bishop on d5, you know, definitely black has to be even more cautious because I mentioned this triangle effect that the bishop has. Whereas a knight doesn't have that sort of scope. I am Hans Cool Neiman said in the chat, nice technique, real progress is being made. Yeah, I agree. I think White's playing this well. And playing fast. Keeping black under fire. Zuxwang says, any other Minnesota players playing tonight? Well, Andrew was in the mix. I don't know where he went. But I did see him in there somewhere. Ooh, okay. This looks... Black's still holding on. Rook check, he goes king b1. Knight d2, king b2. No win in sight there. Black looking a little claustrophobic, though. Okay, threaten knight b3. Okay, king b1. I think there's a storm rolling in here, guys. I just heard some thunder. Let me peek out the window. Oh yeah, it's getting dark outside. Just to add to the background noise. It's not even 5 o'clock yet, but getting dark out there. Okay, now I think black has worked their way out of this and draw. They hit the 50 move rule. Or repetition, actually. All right, so nice save by Duda. Is that the last game? All right, we're on to round 8. Playing CM Milam. All right, let's play a Caro-Kann. Advanced variation. Switch it up. My h4 line. My beloved h4 line. Ooh, those are the storm sirens. We're getting some bad weather. Okay, knight e7. Let's play just knight f3. Let's play bishop g5. And if queen b6, I think I'm going to play knight a4. Whoa, he plays f6. All right, I'll gladly take that. It seems like he's weakening his position a little bit. Okay. Let's go bishop f4, stay active. King f7. Okay. Just going to hang out on f7 with the king. Take. Well, I feel like my bishop's not going to be able to do a lot this direction because he's going to stick a knight on d5. So let's play it like this. I'm going to go this way with this bishop. Could play it back to d2, but I think I'm going to castle kingside and try to attack down the center. Okay, so he goes there. Well, I'll do this, figuring that if he takes me, I get to take, and I get the file towards his king. Jacuzzi says, I think you're supposed to go to a basement or a safe space. Stay away from the windows, probably. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Using the tornado as a weapon. Oh. He was double attacking this. This is... Okay, well, I still have knight g5, fortunately. Against that, so... Alright. Take. So you have knight g... If takes, knight g5, and that's actually very bad for black. He's got to be quite careful here, I think, because rook takes e6 is another idea. Probably should play something like queen d6 here. I might be coming in hard with my knights in this position, or my single knight, and then a sacrifice on f5. I got plenty of time. Ooh, yeah, like this move. It's probably a good defensive move. But I'm itching to refute it. So many moves up for consideration here. Maybe even just c4 followed by d5? Like, that's definitely possible. Let's try it. Try to keep him under pressure, too. Probably rook d8 is what he should do here. He does. Might just play rook d1. That takes it away from the attack, though, so let's go here. Maybe double up. I still have that option of taking. Okay. Let's go here. Rook g4. Good move. Good move. Let's go here. Wonder if he can take, though. I have knight e5 if he does. Gets interesting. Okay. Ugh, how do I keep this attack going? I don't see how. I misplayed this attack. All right, well, let's try d5. Try to break through in the center. Okay, he takes. All right, I'm going to try this. He can play queen e3 if he wants and just swap stuff. He will. Okay. Let's play here. Time pressure. I know. I know, guys. My kryptonite. That's an annoying one. Let's go here. Okay, if he plays b6, it goes there. All right, so let's take check. Losing c4, I guess. Can take a7, although it's messy. And probably not in my favor. Not my best day, yes. King comes up to g4. It's a problem. I'll give him a check on g7 and see if he steps to one of these squares next, because then I can fork him with knight d4. That's the wishful thinking variation. Let's go here. Oh, check. Check is a problem. Down to my a pawn. Trying to set up some sort of stalemate if possible. Put the king in the corner to facilitate that. Hard to see how I engineer a stalemate here, though. Yeah, I think this is pretty hopeless. Could take my pawn. Guess I'll play a few more moves. Well, he's debating. If he takes a7, I mate him. Rook takes f3. That's pretty funny. Yes, this should work. Takes with the rook, and then I'm going to resign. Okay. All right. That was a good game on his part. I think he defended that pretty well. I had a hard time attacking right here. Mainly because I didn't have a good pawn breakthrough, I think. Yeah. The issue with taking this way, even though I get the file, is that it's hard to play g4 ever. So, in the absence of g4, I'm not really sure what I can do here. I tried the next best looking thing, but at least to my eyes in the moment, c4, queen d5. Turnip Swagger says queen takes f5 and knight e5 would have won a pawn on move 20. Let me see. Queen takes f5 and knight e5? No, because his pawn on f6 is covering. So I don't have this fork, because his pawn here, both pawns are breaking the pin. Yeah, I'm just not sure how to break through. It was a very promising looking attacking position, but it didn't work out. Really not sure in this position. Have to look at it later. Okay, how's Hikaru doing? Is he still going? He won. Okay. So Hikaru will be in first place with Mouse WLZ. 2 rounds remaining. Mouse WLZ continuing to win. Who is this FIDE master? Zandos Agmanov. A few players on 7 out of 8. Knight sack on e5. Yeah, thought about it, but didn't really seem like it was working. Again, because that knight on f5 is so solid. Maybe I do have to make that sacrifice and go for it. Because I think when I slowed down the pace and black was able to double rooks on the g-file, then it was turning into black's advantage. Even that endgame, even though I escaped to an endgame with equal material momentarily, bad endgame for white. I have very weak pawns, weak squares. Why do I like the tall variation compared to the Shirov or short variations? I've just played h4 for a long time. Yeah, I like how the positions shape up for white. Not in that game, but... well, actually, in fairness, I think the opening was pretty good for me. Is this position a draw? I'm not sure. Because white has a hard time freeing up his pawn here with black keeping their king on g7 and h7. Only question is if at some moment white can move their rook and go after the black h-pawn. Basically try to trade the a-pawn for the black h-pawn. That would be optimal for white. But I don't know that they'll ever be able to do that. I think this is a draw. Now black just waits with their rook. Good rook ending to know. Oh man, here comes the weather. 1 second. Making sure I pulled my car inside, because we might get some hail here. Oh, okay, so white comes up with this method. Now black should give a check, I believe. Yeah, check. Because white was trying to play rook e7 check after black takes on a7, so that denies this option. Therefore, I think white should have played... Oh no, rook d8 probably wouldn't have worked. Yeah, this is a draw. But white's trying. Put the top down, batten down the hatches. What do I drive? I drive a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Hello, Prey AG. Thank you for checking out my channel. Hello, Roy Blocks. Yeah, white giving it the old college try here on move 132, but the game is drawn. How's Dragon's Prem doing? Viewer of the channel? Or is Dragon's Prem viewer of the channel? I feel like they are. I've definitely played Dragon's Prem before. I think they watch on Twitch. Okay, so that game... I think we're getting down there, guys. This game is over. Yeah, I think this is the last one of the round. And going into round 9, Hikaru's going to play mouse. And a few other strong guys on 7 out of 8. Roy Blocks, thank you for resubscribing 5 months. See ya, Gago Bear. Take it easy. Rook e3, rook b4. Okay, white trying to use their king. Yeah, attacking this pawn and back is always a problem for white. Yeah, white's got to play king f4 here. Whoa! Black won that. White lost on time. That's brutal. That's one way for the game to end. Okay, Bill Forster's next. 1757 CM. Let's just try to get on the board, guys. Because black has 3 points, that means I got paired up. That means I'm the highest rated 2.5. Serious distinction. The weather is louder than my fan. Yeah, you guys heard that? It's getting intense over here. Okay, let's play this line. Go for some sharp stuff. Play a4. e4 is the main move, but go here. Okay. And let's play this. Giving black the option of playing b5. I'm going to go here and then knight e5 later. Ooh, he just lets me take, huh? Is he going to play queen a5? Is that his point? It might be the point. Let's play this first then. And then take. Yeah, I also like thunderstorms. Not so much while I'm streaming, but good sleeping weather, as they say. Hey, Levy's chair. It's going all right. Tough tournament today, but still having fun. C5. Okay, let's play... I feel like knight here might be a problem against this move. Interesting way to try to take advantage, because if black takes, I take the bishop, and if the bishop runs away, I take here. That's my theory. Hello, D. Ginta. Okay. Queen e7. I feel like I should just take. Now, he's probably going to try to fianchetto, so maybe a5 is a way to try to stop b5, be able to take, and also deny black the option of playing a5. Seems nice. Let's jump the knight in. The stream is about to be swept away. Let's hope not. Bishop d3 comes to mind. Yeah, I like bishop d3. Just stop knight e4. I might try to do this and then at some point win this pawn, but I think that's a ways away. So probably best to do this. Okay, I could take his bishop for sure. Otherwise, the bishop may settle on d5. Yeah, I think taking the bishop's actually pretty decent here. And then queen out. Try to win this pawn, maybe rook a4 next. Oh, baby. All right, let's try it. He has rook c1, but I think I can just play queen takes b4 against that, and if he takes... Okay, here I was thinking either e4 or bishop e4, maybe. Maybe bishop e4 is best. Yeah, attack the knight. Knight's pinned as well. Rook c4. Creative. Okay, that's a good attempt. All right, I'm going to go back. Now he might play rook c1. I might go rook a1. No, he goes back. Okay. So let's play g3 against this move. So making left for my king and maybe be able to play e4 later. Rook down to c1, all right. Seems like it's time for this move. Let's do it. If he takes, take with the bishop. Well, I could take with the king, actually. King might be better. Not sure. King takes, I wonder about knight. Check and knight f4. Is that crazy? Nah, there's no way that works for him. Knight f4 check. Take. I think I can defend against that. So I can play bishop e2 and my queen will swing over. So, okay. So I can pick up this pawn now. Just take it with the rook. Just gonna let me take. Seems like he just blundered that pawn. He could have played rook c7. So queen here, I may not want to play this because there is a check there. But I think queen b4 is a pretty good move. Oh, Bill Forster says, thanks, John. Huge fan. Spent most of the game composing resignation speech. That's hilarious. He said that in the chess.com chat. Thanks for the game, Bill. Appreciate you following the channel. Yeah, I think if you watch this later, Bill, I think maybe when I played bishop d3, this was your best chance to play rook c1. Pursue the trade right in this position. Because then, if I play e4, you'll be able to jump into f4. I might have just played my rook back for safety, so... Thank you for the game, though. Let's take a look at... How did Hikaru do? Don't see him there. Oh, he won. Okay, he beat Mouse. Let's look at Duda and Severo. Also, Jeffrey Zhang and Bassem are playing. That's a cool matchup. Jeffrey won. Ooh, that pawn on h6 threatening mate. That looks pretty convincing. Okay, so we might have Jeffrey versus Hikaru in the final game. What's my favorite drink at Starbucks? I almost always go for iced coffee or iced Americano. Pretty simple. Yeah. Okay, what can White do with this position? This is an interesting moment. We're going to have a rook ending. But White's going to have this dangerous a-pawn. They'll probably put the rook behind. Black will play rook a5 to stop him. Black definitely struggling for the draw here. White's going to get their king over pretty quick, I believe. And White's going to begin pushing that a-pawn. Oh, no. Pushes the c-pawn instead. That surprises me. Now king here. He's trying to use his king to defend these pawns to get his rook going, but that doesn't seem quite right. Rook d1 now, maybe? What's going on here? Maybe even just f5? Can you push and claim that you have a protected pass pawn? Plays f6. Yeah, so he's allowing rook d5. King here. Oh, but then there's rook check and go in the f-pawn. That's got to be good for White. Definitely go after the f-pawn if you can. Not sure this endgame's a win for White. Probably not. Oh, maybe it is. c5. Okay, so Black's going to play here. This is an interesting pawn ending. Okay, f5. So how does White win this? Because with these pawns, you have to stagger them properly. Like if you play c6, Black's going to close in. This feels like a draw. Black can even play h6 and then g5 if he wants, but he might keep those tempi in reserve, just in case. I'm very surprised White did that. I thought just rook check and go after the f-pawn was clearly best there. I mean, maybe White will still somehow try to find a way to win this. Seems unlikely, though. Oh, okay. King b4. That's a good move. This Black can't go anywhere here. Oh, and here, now he can push the a-pawn. He's going to stagger these pawns again. So if the king goes here, here, so now he's going to push a6. Making progress. Really not sure why Black played h5. Because again, you might have wanted to play h6 and then g5, or like h5 gains Black very little in my mind, like unless he was thinking of a g5 break after that. This position still might be a draw. Black is on the brink here, though. Wild game. Yeah, I don't think White can push, because king b5, the pawn pushes, a7, king b7. Looks like a draw. Thanks, Sorter. Tournament's basically over, but it's been a fun one today. One more round. We'll try to make the most of it. Yeah, so I wonder if Duda saw that rook d6 move and just thought the pawn ending might be winning, but to me, check. Say the king goes back here, take. Definitely seems like the best way to play. White's up a pawn. Black has a long defense ahead. Okay, what other games are going on still? Spicy Caterpillar? Are they playing? Spicy 1 with some nice pawns here. All right. Korchmer and Big Fish. Big Fish wins. See ya, King Colin. Tenth and final round coming up. Here's the last game of the ninth round. So we're going to have Hikaru versus likely Duda. And Duda needs to win to tie with Hikaru. Hikaru has at least a tie for first. He's a full point ahead of the field with 8.5 out of 9. Nice situation to be in. Bunch of players on 7.5. Tom Walker, thanks for the 100 bits. This is OKJB. I got to go earn my own cash. Better day next time. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate the contributions to the coffee fund. And here we go, guys. WFM Shivagami. Thank you, Jay Chester. Again, I got paired up. 3.5 to 4. I'll do my same thing. The usual. Okay, e6. Now on queen b3, you can play bishop d6 or queen to c8. They're both acceptable. I'm actually going to play bishop d6. This is an interesting line where you allow white to take. It's a little pawn sack line. I don't completely remember how the theory goes, but I remember thinking this is a promising sacrifice for black. Take and then king f8. Just an interesting way to play because white's queen side's a bit open. Black has these bishops kind of raking into the position. Knight e5. Interesting. Knight e5 is not a move I'm aware of. I'm thinking about taking. I'm thinking about rook b8. Rook c8 even. I can also just play g6 maybe. Or g5 even. Let's play g5. Beak Doc, thanks for the 100 bits. So my idea there is give the king access to g7, which is a common thing in this line. And also maybe play this later and have the ability, if knight here, to play g4. Okay, bishop in. Let's play this one now. Okay. Interesting idea by white to put that there. Okay. Knight here. I might take and then go here or go here first. Because I feel like I can get my queen in with check after that. And that seems very dangerous for white. With my queen and my knight potentially coming to e4. So I don't know that that was a good idea for white. Well, I also had taken knight e4 I should have looked at, but this too is quite good. Oh yeah, take and white can't even take back. Ooh, that could be really bad for white. There's multiple problems here, I suppose. So white's thinking now. If white moves this knight, I can just take b7. So I think they almost have to. Okay, they're going to go there. But yeah, now just take check. White can't even recapture, I don't think. Okay, check. This just wins the queen. All right, so I get a quick victory in round 10. Would have been nice to have a game like that earlier in the tournament, but I didn't play well enough. And my opponents didn't necessarily make those blunders. But yeah, it's just a sharp, interesting pawn sacrifice line. You can also, if you want, in this position, play just queen c8. That move's fine too. Queen c8, bishop e7, castle. Go from there. Yeah, didn't finish with a positive score. Why don't we take a look at Hikaru and Duda just to wrap up the stream here, because this is going to decide the tournament, whether Hikaru wins first outright or shares it. Hikaru is streaming this event, so you guys can go check out his stream if you want. I don't know. He probably will put this up on YouTube, but I think he archives his Twitch streams, but only for subscribers. But he'll likely put this up on YouTube as well. Looks like he's just better here. Looks like he's significantly better. It's equal material, but look at the difference in minor piece activity. Hikaru's pieces have a ton of scope. Thanks, Anton. Thanks, Gary Fang. Sagnik Roy. Yeah, this bishop on h2 is a miserable piece. Ooh, knight d4, nice. So if take, knight e2 check. I think Hikaru's going to win this game. He has a beautiful position. He's up a full minute on the clock. Oh yeah, Hikaru's been streaming a lot today. That's right, because he was covering Norway chess. I think he will be covering the entirety of Norway chess, as I understand it. Jeffrey Zhang just won, someone said in the chat, so he's on 8.5. But it won't matter, because I think Hikaru's going to definitely capitalize. 20 seconds for Duda now. Chessable Rookie, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Says, thanks for the stream, John. Hey, appreciate that, Chessable Rookie. I know I wasn't able to put my best performance in today, but thank you guys for sticking with me. Look at this bishop. It's just, its prospects are not getting any better. Because now, because there's 2 pawns blocking here, you can't ever really do this and hope to escape. White's essentially playing without a bishop here. The only chance would be somehow attack and win g5, and then... Oh, man. Oh, man. Yikes. Hikaru should try to trade both rooks and just make this a totally technical thing. I mean, as it stands right now, he could trade both his rooks and the bishop for White's 2 rooks, and Black would still be winning probably because of a c4 breakthrough in the end, with White still being up a piece, but just totally useless. But absolutely unnecessary to take those risks. Going after this guy. c4. Black's controlling the f8 square, so I don't think there's too much hope of a mating net, but, you know, got to be careful if this rook comes in. Stevenson 2405, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Okay, he's trying. Both pawns coming down the board, though. Rook b2. Yeah, White basically can't trade anything here. You're dead meat if you trade. I wonder what Hikaru is saying on his stream right now about this position. Resign when you're lost. So Hikaru wins the tournament, 9.5 out of 10. Congratulations to Hikaru Nakamura, the June 2019 Title Tuesday champion. Dominating score. So he gave up a draw early on, but won all the rest of his games. Really nice. Yeah. Any final games we can take a look at here? Not seeing any games that truly catch my eye. I was looking for another streamer to follow, but I don't really see anyone. Let's take a look at GM versus GM. Kovalenko versus Aturzaga. Thank you, Sorter. Looks like this weather has passed. The sky has a greenish tint right now. Looks pretty ominous still. Well, this is a similar situation where White is contesting with 2 pawns, although White is up a rook here, but look at this. The rook can't get to either of those squares. Is black just winning in this position? So king there. How does white stop both pawns? Ooh, e4. Now they're going to get this move in. So knight c5 maybe? Only move? This is not a fun position to play as white with no time. A2? Ooh, black's winning. Queen e1 gets behind that. I think black's winning. That's a good move. White would love to trade this pawn for this pawn. Oh, nice, Kolobik. Says Hikaru wished you well in his stream. That was nice of him. Oh, blunder. That's a huge blunder by black. Black loses now, I think. Wow. King g2 or h4. Oh. Oh, man, that's painful. What a topsy-turvy game. All I can say is that's Title Tuesday for you. Oof, black had that in the bag. I mean, I don't know if this is winning again, but the trajectory of that endgame certainly seemed like black was going to win it. I guess white's idea here is that white's going to play rook e4 and try to advance the e-pawn. Like if black comes over like this, then do this and advance the e-pawn, which admittedly is dangerous. Who else do we have? Any other games of note here before we wrap this up? 5-card draw says, can't wait till Keep It Simple 1d4. I have a chess tourney from July 6th to July 15th, and I'll probably try out Christoph's 1d4 there. Yeah, that's coming out real soon, so you won't have to wait very long. I'm also extremely curious to see it in its finished form. Oh, Krikor is streaming. I didn't even realize Krikor was playing this tournament. He is likely going to draw this game against Sarachi and Durham. Black's king is cut off. Black's not in danger of losing this position. Super solid, but yeah, I think this will be a draw. Now he can get his king active if he wants. Not sure why you wouldn't move your king here. Is he going to go down the board? Still no mating ideas or mating nets in sight for white. I'm not sure who I would predict would win this. If I predicted a result other than a draw, I'm not sure who has the better chances in time pressure. I think white, slightly, just because black's king is cut off, but if black's king gets loose, you know, gotta contend with these pawns even though they're disconnected. Yeah, bishop f5. Probably rook d5 now, yup. Oh, now white wins this pawn. And Krikor's getting low. Okay. I mean, even king and rook against king and bishop is a dead draw, but now Krikor's going to have to show some technique. This is going to go for a little bit. Yeah, thanks again, Liquid Sword. Really appreciate your kind words. You know, today was tough, but I do feel like overall lately I've been playing better, and I've been streaming and making videos a lot. I've really enjoyed playing, which is the most important thing. Really been having a good time lately. So even though I didn't score so well on this Title Tuesday, as you guys know, chess improvement is not easy, and I am not even so much in an improvement zone right now, let's say, just because I haven't been studying too much. But I'm still trying to challenge myself in setting mini goals like staying out of time pressure. I think I will have a breakthrough at some point. Okay, so Krikor is demonstrating the technique here, which is to stay in the square opposite your bishop, the corner opposite your bishop, which I mentioned earlier in the stream when one of these endings came up. It looks super duper passive, but the thing is, yeah, so here if white plays king f7, it's stalemate. So Krikor, he knows the technique for sure. He's a grandmaster. So that's why he just stuck around in this corner. Tipsy Ton says maybe it's because that increment changes everything when you're so used to 3-0. Not sure. I think it's just a tough event in general. Like, you got to really be sharp in Title Tuesday to put up a good score. And yeah, I think I didn't let my hands fly on a couple occasions. Like that game against the FM in the Caro-Kann, where I had a good attacking position, but just really couldn't find much. Hey, Ahmad likes chess. Thank you. Hope you're doing well too. Totally agree. Liquid Sword says, yeah, I think half the battle with chess is taking care of the mental aspects and responding to losses and stuff. It's a big component of it, for sure. I may do a series at some point on the mental aspects of the game, because I totally agree with you in that sense. It's a huge aspect of improvement. Managing losses, maintaining a disciplined approach to your games online. So now we're on move 134. Is this the last game of the tournament? Let's check. Yes, it is. White's still trying, understandably. You'd like to see some videos on that, Kolobek? All right. Good to know. Let's see how some of the other streamers did. Seems like every month there's more streamers and even high-profile players who start streaming. It's really cool. Oh, Aman finished very strong. 7.5 out of 10. That's a great score. Especially for streaming. Awesome score. So, well done, Aman. Also... Okay, Krikor draws that game. He got to 6.5. We know Hikaru won it as a streamer. Again, congrats to Hikaru. Severo Morsk got second, 8.5 out of 10. And Jeffrey Zhang got third, 8.5 out of 10. I finished 140th place out of 274. Although I think there was probably close to 400 players initially, so some of them dropped out. 4.5 out of 10. So didn't manage a positive score, but it was fun, guys. I survived the storm, the literal storm happening outside my window. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Really appreciate you guys watching, following, subscribing, cheering me on. Hope to do better in the July Title Tuesday in 1 month. And I'm sure I will see you guys even before then. I'll be doing some streaming and, of course, releasing content on YouTube. All right, guys, enjoy. Have a good one.